Alright guys, so this is going to be the third video of the meat birds on a budget. So this is going to be what I use to process them. And I don't have a whole lot of money in this. A lot of the stuff was actually I asked for Christmas presents and stuff. I'm going to start with the processing set I use, like the knives. So this is just a Bass Pro special. I think it was like 50-60 bucks. But yeah, this is what I use to process. So when I'm doing the chickens, I use the little shears here. I actually use this knife here to chop the head off, and then I use the fillet knife is how I process the rest of them, because I'll use it to separate the bone from the breastbone, because I do boneless fillets, and that's so I use this one to butcher or to actually cut the head off. These things are really sharp, so they work really well. I use that sharpener. Actually works really good to keep these knives sharp, and I use it for some of the other ones. And then I use the shears. I use this to cut my quarters, my leg quarters. And of course I got my little cutting block here. So that's the basic. This thing, like I said, I got it for a Christmas gift, but it was like 50 bucks. I think you can get one similar to this. This one's not available that I've been looking online, but there's one that's close to almost the same thing, and it was like $49.99 plus tax. And then I'm going to take you over here and I'll show you the table that I use. The table I use also, same thing. It was a Christmas gift, and it was also from Bass Pro. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the table. This is what I use to butcher them on. Again, just a little Bass Pro table. Works great for cutting on. It's got the little tracks here. As you can see, that blood will run right into the drain. It actually comes with a water spigot you can hook up to a garden hose. I haven't installed it. Really no need for it. I just use a water hose. I just, put the end on the water hose and I, spray it all off. And it also has a drain, but the drain didn't come with it when I bought it. So I never worried about it. I just put a bucket right underneath where the drain's at, and all my guts and stuff actually go right through that hole. All the intestines, all that. And like I said, I think that thing was about $110, but you don't have to spend that. You can go to like Dollar General's got one for like 35 bucks. Just a plastic table just like that. Bleach it really good, use bleach water on it and before you start, and it would be perfect. Same kind of plastic. You can cut on it and not have to worry about it. You'll actually see it in some of my videos when I was doing some gardening and planting in the greenhouse. You can see the one I got. So you don't have to go spend a whole bunch of money. You can get a little square one from Walmart or something, 15-20 bucks. I wouldn't get any that was wood. I'd get that plastic. That's gonna be a little more durable and hold up for you. I'm gonna go through a couple more things, like where I butcher them at and all that, and we'll be right back with you, and I'll show you all that. Alright, so here's where I do the killing. This is actually a homemade kill cone. So you can see I actually put 2 screws in there with washers. This thing works great. I didn't think I was going to like it, but it holds them chickens, and I'm talking about it can hold up to about 6-7 pound chicken. I put some really big chickens in that thing, and it works really well. So I got one there and one here. But it's cheap. I do want to buy some kill cones eventually, but this is what I had, and I made it work. And these 2 right here, we processed 97 birds through those 2. So, they'll get the job done. I need to go ahead and take them down. But, anyway, so that's pretty much it as far as processing. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You don't have to have that kit. You can get you one good knife from Walmart, $20, a little $20 like skinning or deer knife, and it'll get the job done. Like I said, you can even get you a $20 little buck knife, and then get you one of those $10 or $15 Skinner knives you got there. They got them back there in the fishing section. it'll work great. That's all it is, just a little Skinner knife that I use to debone it. If you want to debone it. Other than that, the scissors, you can use the heavy duty like meat scissors and stuff. You can use those. So let me kind of go through the process of how I do this. So what we'll do is you'll go over there and we'll kill the bird. Should I say dispatch it? And once it bleeds out, quits moving, we'll take it over here. Here's my pot of water, right? I put wood down here, and I'll use this brick. I'll lift it up and put it down to try to either make it hotter or make it cooler, depending. And this is a big pot my buddy had, but if you got like a fish fryer pot, that works too. That's what I was using, just a little fish fryer pot. Then you'll take them to the plucker. I don't have the plucker because I borrowed it. You can hand pluck them. I've hand plucked my first set of birds, about 15 birds. I hand plucked all of them. Had some help, of course. My buddy Tim Amons at Oleo Acres is the one that kind of showed me how to do it and everything. But what I'll do is when you pluck them, I'll take them over here, and I'll have these full of ice water. So once you pluck them, I'll throw them right in there. Not gutting them yet. Just throw them straight into the ice cold water, let them start to cool down. And then I'll set the table up. And when I get that table set up, then I'll pull them out of there and start gutting them. And then I have a garbage can here. This garbage can I'll actually start taking, and I'll have ice in it, and that's where I put the birds, and they will set overnight in ice. Because when you first kill them, you're going to get rigor mortis. You want to try to wait until, after the rigor mortis to process them. It makes it a lot easier for me to be able to bag them and everything. I'm not going to actually kill any birds right now. Show y'all how to do that. There's a lot of videos on how to do that. You do have to figure out what's best for you. I've watched a lot of videos and I ended up having to do it my own way. It's just one of those things. I just didn't like the way it was done. Because when I kill the birds, you can cut their throat, but I actually turn the bird around facing away from me, and I cut right at the base of the neck. That way, if I miss or mess up, the bird's dead. I've cut the base of the neck. Right there at the brain, it's dead. It doesn't matter. So that's just how I prefer to do it. I was told if you cut the vein on the artery on the neck and let it bleed out, that it will taste better. Makes sense. You're going to get more of the blood out. That heart's going to keep beating, and you want it to pump all the blood out. Like that, you're going to get a lot of blood, but supposedly it doesn't get it all out. So you just have to find what you like. Like I said, we soak them overnight. It gets pretty much the blood out and stuff like that. So that's how we do it. But you just have to, like I said, garbage can from Walmart. I think that was like 15 bucks. Those buckets there were free. Those are actually tubs for minerals for cows. I got them for free. Find you a local farmer, get them. If you want to store them in that overnight, you can. Just fill them full of ice, put your chickens in them, and put something on top. You can put another one on top. You can put saran wrap, whatever. Just put it inside, and do it like that. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. The kill cone's free. Like I said, just milk cones, or milk jugs, for kill cones. There's just a lot of different ways to do it. The cheapest you can. So that's how I do it. Like I said, I didn't start out, even the knife set, I started out with just one knife. I had one knife, that's all I had, and that's what I used. I just able to get that because I do process my own deer. I've done deer and processed my own hogs. All Oleo Acres, like I said, Tim Amons showed me how to do the process of hog. Maybe I can get over there one day and he can go through how to do that. Everything going on, people are starting to learn how to do a lot of their own stuff. So I gotta go over to the in-laws today. I might go through a lot of stuff in the greenhouse done burned up. I just ain't been able to get over there and really monitor it, but there's some stuff I need to transplant. So I'm maybe transplanting. I think the spinach is still there. We've got some of the small, I wouldn't say head of lettuce, but the small leaf lettuce still there. And we'll take a look at everything, see what's there. But anyway, we'll do that on a separate video. But that's pretty much it. if you have any questions, just let me know. I can also go kind of over, like if you want to do like some people like to eat more chicken, I can do chicken burger. I can kind of go over how to make the chicken burger and all that, grind it up. Go get your little grinder. Sometimes Bass Pro runs a special where you can get like a grinder, slicer, and dehydrator for like $150. It varies, 150, 180, just depends what time of the year. But usually around Christmas time right now, they usually do some kind of special like that. I got mine before that, my grinder. I should have waited, but it's okay. I already have a dehydrator. But the grinder I got, I think I paid $70, and a deer processor costs you about $70 to process one deer. So for me, it was worth it. All the thing I really got to buy is I do, when I'm doing my meat, I'll do 1 pound of bacon for every 9 pounds of deer. So, and you just go get a big old box of like bacon tips. You know, it's really cheap stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and I appreciate you watching.